What's up, you guys? I just decided to come over here to this relaxation station with this beautiful view of Cinderella's castle here behind me because I wanted to have a quick little conversation with everybody about 2020, 2021, and more importantly, a conversation about the pros or the benefits that have come to Disney because of the world pandemic of COVID-19. When it comes to Disney, I truly feel that I've gained more of a sense of appreciation for Disney, and let me explain why. Because up until now, up until March 2020, I was actually planning a trip to come out the very day that the announcement was made to close the parks here in Florida. And I remember just thinking, it's probably just going to be closed for a couple weeks, and then I can just reschedule my trip. I had no idea, and I don't think anybody did have any kind of idea that it would be closed for as long as it has been closed, or I don't think anybody knew that it would be closed for as long as it was. Up until now, we've all had the ability to get into a car or get onto an airplane and go to a Disney park whenever we wanted to. And I think that because Disney closed, we now realize that Disney can be taken away from us. And for me, that hits home because this is a place where I come to relax, enjoy myself with myself, single rider style, as well as with my family. It's also a place that I work. So for me, it really, really did hit home. And I now have a greater sense of appreciation for Disneyworld and Disneyland now because they can be taken away from us. Up until now, these parks have never ever seen more than just a couple of days of closure. Disneyland, I don't think ever has really, besides like a power outage, or in Florida, they would close it due to a hurricane, just for a couple of days, or they would close early, but nothing until now has the parks ever been closed for so much time. So I think just generally speaking, all of us should have a greater sense of appreciation for the Walt Disney Parks now. And I think that's actually a good thing moving forward. You just never know. So that's the reason why it's important to be grateful for everything that we have, for all the opportunities that we do have. And I, for one, feel very, very grateful that I get to come to the park so often. And that's one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel to begin with, because I realized that so many people weren't able to come to the Disney parks, and I wanted to be able to share my little brief, small bit of information or knowledge that I have about the parks with the world. And I feel that's the first point I wanted to make, is that we should be grateful for these amazing parks that we can come to. And for those of you that can't go to a park yet, hang in there. Stay strong, Disney strong, and we'll get back to the parks. All right, we got 25 minutes until this relaxation station closes. Disney has been forced to think outside the box, that's for sure. When the parks first opened, people were like, well, hey, there's not going to be any fireworks, there's not going to be any parades. And it wasn't until people started coming back that we saw cavalcades introduced into the parks. And I, for one, have never been the type of person to go stand in a line to wait to meet a character. I know little kids are really into it, and other people really are into that type of thing, but I never have been. And I don't know why, but that's just the way I am, but I've never really cared to do that. But with the introduction of cavalcades, I find it immensely satisfying to be walking down the street, and all of a sudden the music will change, the vibe will change, and then this little mini parade will come down the street and just spread a little bit of magic on all of us. And I just find that really, really cool, and I hope that cavalcades can stay in some way or form moving forward into the future. What do you think? Do you guys like the cavalcades, motorcades, flotillas, cavalcade, whatever they're called? Do you guys like those? What do you think of them? Another thing that's improved from the parks is, I feel there's a level of spontaneity that's returned to the parks. Before, people would spend days, hours, months planning their vacation down to the minute, like, we will be doing this fast pass at this time and going to this restaurant at this time in this park on this day. And I feel that, like, people that would do those things, props to you. I've never been able to do that. Outside of the fast pass reservation system, I've never been much of a planner when it comes to a Disney park. It's kind of like, I like to go to the park, hang out, go do the rides that I want. and utilize the fast pass system. But now that the fast passes are not here currently, I feel that there's a certain level of spontaneity and that magic return to the parks, that you don't have to be rushing from one fast pass from Space Mountain to Splash Mountain back to the Haunted Mansion, over throughout the course of the day. You can take your time, which is what I feel Walt Disney intended when he designed the parks with the different lands, with the circular pattern. I feel like he wanted you to go to Tomorrowland, or he wanted you to go to Adventureland and partake of all that is in those lands before you move on to the next. With the Fast Pass system, you don't really do that, because you'll go to Tomorrowland for your Space Mountain Fast Pass, and then you'll leave to go all the way to another land to get your next Fast Pass. And with that, you would never really take the time to fully immerse yourself in each of these lands. And I feel that with the Fast Passes gone now, I feel like people are doing more, and they're kind of letting go a bit more. Say you're with your children and they want to go do the Buzz Lightyear ride. Now you can just do it. You don't be like, well, we don't have a Fast Pass for it. We'll come back later when we have a Fast Pass for it. You're there, the kids want to do it, you do it. And guess what? I've seen more happy people now that Fast Passes are gone than I ever did before with the Fast Passes. Yeah, it's cool, you have a Fast Pass, you go to the front of the line, and that's great. But what are you sacrificing to be able to utilize that feature? Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Fast Passes. I love being able to get on there, choose my Fast Passes, and know without any doubt that I'm going to get to go on 3 rides on that particular day, no matter what. And that's great. But I truly, truly feel that not having the Fast Passes right now, at least, has improved the overall enjoyment and experience and the magic that is at these Disney parks. What do you think? Do you guys agree with me? Am I off the rail here? I'm just kind of curious. What do you guys feel? Like, do you wish the Fast Passes were back? I kind of do in a way, but in a way I'm kind of glad they're not here, guys. I gotta be honest. Not having them lets you be more spontaneous. You want to go on Small World 50 times in a row? You don't have to worry about it. Just do it. You know what? Like, you don't have to worry about jumping from one area, one land to the next. You want to sit down, enjoy yourself some popcorn, some beautiful Walt Disney World popcorn that's vegan and dairy-free. You can do it here, guys. You can do all this at Walt Disney World. And you can sit down and not worry about being late to a Fast Pass because there are no Fast Passes. How great is that? Another thing that's definitely improved because of the pandemic is overall cleanliness at the parks. Off the charts, guys. I don't know anybody that's ever come to a Disney park that hasn't gone home, or at least known somebody who's gone to a Disney park who has come home without some sort of a cold, that's come home with them. Now, I hope that once this pandemic is past us, that we can maintain some of these practices, that we can keep the sanitation stations with the hand sanitizer throughout the parks, and that hopefully we can maintain a sense of cleanliness, and that the cast members will also do their part and keep areas clean around the park. I really, really hope that stays. Ever since the parks reopened, we have this beautiful castle here behind me. Before, Cinderella's castle was like a gray color. Now it's like pink or salmon, and the turrets have been repainted a very, very dark, vibrant blue. Now, when I first saw pictures of the castle, before seeing it in person, I was kind of like, I don't know if I really like it. It's a little too much. And that's because a lot of people on Instagrammers and people like that were applying crazy filters to their pictures. And it wasn't until I saw the castle with my own 2 eyes that I saw how beautiful it really was. I mean, right now, with the sun setting in the west over here, the castle looks truly, truly beautiful. And it doesn't look good just now. It looks good throughout the entire day now. The castle looks much more vivid. With this new paint scheme, all of your pictures are gonna look beautiful, guys. I absolutely love the new castle. And it took me a little bit, I had to see it with my own eyes and photograph it and video the castle before I really truly understood why Disney did what they did in repainting it. Is it temporary? Is it full-time? Is it permanent? We don't know. Being that 2021 now is the 50th anniversary, this may be a temporary thing, and they may paint it back the way it was before. I'm not sure, but I for one love the castle, and hopefully they keep it this way. Last thing, mobile ordering. Is it a good thing? I've never been much of a mobile order person in the past. I've always just kind of gone to the service window, ordered my food, and taken my food and eaten it. With mobile ordering, I've definitely become a fan of mobile ordering because when I was here on my family trip back in November, we would be, for example, we were in line for Thunder Mountain, and we're like, you know what, we're kind of getting hungry. Let's open up the mobile app and let's check what restaurants are available and what food they have. And we were able to, before we even got on the ride, show the kids all the different food options. They could see the pictures, they could see what they wanted. We added it to our order. We were all ready to go, and we ordered the food. And as soon as we got off the ride, we went straight over there. We already knew what we were getting. And we hit, I'm here, prepare my food. And within just a couple of minutes, we had our food, we ate it, we enjoyed it, and we were going about our day. Without the mobile ordering system, we would have been standing there for 10 minutes, kids screaming because they're hungry. I don't know what I want. Yeah. But with the mobile ordering system, if you do it right, you can really save yourself a lot of headache. I hope I use it a lot more, and I hope you do too. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you guys agree or disagree completely with everything that I've just kind of talked about? I know there's probably a lot of you out there that have even more suggestions. I'm just kind of curious to see what you guys feel, what you guys are thinking. Well, guys, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you out there that are supporting me. I know we're still a really small YouTube channel, and I know it's going to take time to grow. If you're not subscribed, you guys, I invite you to hit that button, subscribe, support the little guys. You know, I appreciate it. And to those of you that have been with me since the beginning, a special extra thank you to you. You know who you are. Single Riders for life.